Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalynn, and here's an easy 5-minute daily yoga sequence anyone can try. Let's go ahead and get on our mat to make sure our left foot is in front of our right foot as we gently flick our wrist before we lean over to the left side for a nice side body stretch. We then cascade over to the right side, allowing the opposite arm to rest over the ear, and we go ahead and bounce over to both sides, extending the fingertips to the corner of the mat for a nice wrist, shoulder, and back stretch. We always start off activating the spine in 6 different directions, so we go into a seated twist, allowing the left hand to rest on the right knee, the right hand to gently flow behind on the lower back, and the neck is gently lifted over the shoulder. We do this on both sides before we go over to a cat-cow. Cat-cow is like a tabletop pose, so our hands are right underneath our shoulders. Our knees are spread apart, and we are leaning on the tops of our feet as we gently do an up-down motion with the body. So we allow the stomach to fall to the mat. We press the booty out, and we extend the neck up before we suck the stomach in, allow the back to go all the way up to the ceiling, and suck the booty in too. We cascade the hands forward and we go down to a downward facing dog, which is really an upside down shaped V. So you allow the feet to come back before we press the thighs forward into a dolphin pose. This is activating the entire low back, the top of the back, the shoulders, and we're finding some strength in our hands here as well. We can be on tiptoes in down dog. Please make sure you're bending your knees and allowing your feet to widen before you go into the second set. And down dog is really a resting pose. So our weight is in our hands, our toes are extended up, and our heels are rested before we extend all the way back to a wide-legged child's pose. So big toes together, my knees are wide apart, and I'm allowing my forehead to rest on the mat. My hands are going to be rested on the back of my low back, or I can even allow them to rest forward and allow my elbows to be near my ears, your choice. I push up for a small tabletop pose again, working the lower part of my spine before I extend that left foot and knee off of the mat for a balancing tabletop pose. Notice that I extended my right arm forward before allowing my left foot to come in between both hands for a very, very low crescent lunge. Extend that right elbow onto the left knee and look over the left shoulder as I press my hands into a prayer pose. This is great for the low back, activating my neck and arms, as well as strengthening my knees here because I'm balancing on both of my legs. As you can see, my feet are flat on both feet. I'm on top of my feet in the back as well as on the low part of my feet in the front. We're going to press back into a wide-legged child's pose. Once again, big toes are touching, knees are as wide apart, and as you see now, the arms are extended over the ears, whereas before, my arms were extended behind my ears. So you can change the pose to accommodate your body in any way possible, okay? But this 5-minute sequence is great for the body to just create some stability, some strength, and a little bit of challenge before you go on about your day. Going back to tabletop pose, we now extend the right knee and foot off of the mat and allow the left hand to come up as we balance before we press that right foot in between both hands and come up to a nice crescent low lunge. Press the hands into prayer mode and allow the left elbow to now lean onto the right knee. Both feet are flat on the mat here, and I'm gently guiding my chin over the right shoulder now for a deep twist. My entire back is working. I'm balancing on my knees, and I'm resting my jaw here. Please make sure that you're resting the mouth and not extending too much breath out. Before you press your hands back into the mat and come back down, for this time a puppy pose. So instead of walking the hands back, we walk the hands forward to allow the top of the body to lean over the head, and then we're just allowing our tiptoes to come up now. So we're not flat on our feet. This is working the low back, the toes, as well as the entire top part of the shoulders. You're on your forehead, or if you even want to extend each ear onto the mat, you can. It'll get a nice neck stretch going. We're almost done here with our 5-minute sequence. Resting our bodies before we go onto our knees and go to a nice side body stretch. So I'm leaning onto my left forearm, kind of similar to how class started, and then leaning over to the right forearm. I hope some of these poses help to just bring you some love and comfort in your body, challenging, and some mindfulness. Looking over both of our shoulders as we extend our neck is always good for ending. Love you guys. Hope these help.